Hey guys, welcome to another All Bass Creations effects tutorials, demos, and review. Today we have up the Aguilar AG preamp, which is actually a very amazing preamp. I wasn't expecting it to be this good, but it's amazing. So before we even get into the playing, let's go ahead and just explain what we got going on here. You got a in and out on the top here. You also have headphones, auxiliary in. Then of course you got gain, treble, bass, volume, high mids and low mids. Then you also have a foot switch for the deep and bright, and then you have an engage switch which is just on and off. So here's my bass dry. Oh, so that's my bass dry. Kick on the preamp here. So you might not hear much of a difference right there because, well, it's flat right now. It's a very transparent preamp when you have it flat. I also have a OP3 as my preamp in this bass. So, of course, very similar sound, but I love the way this pedal sounds. So this is how I would normally set it for a show. Boost the high mids, keep the low mids where they are, boost the bass and treble. Oh, another little feature you got here is you have a control for the headphone. And that's just for my bass flat. So if I actually do some sound shaping with my bass. So it's a very transparent, like even when you do your you know, you're EQing, it still has a very nice transparent sound to it. That's so clean. Oh my God, that's so clean. That sounds amazing. Um, right there. And then what I've been doing for shows is I'll take of course like my B6 and I run my IRs on my B6 and I actually use the Aguilar 410 on there and that combo together in the inner ears is crazy. It's amazing. Um, but let's do some more um, tone shaping here. So instead of boosting the treble and the high and the bass, we're gonna put those back to flat, and we're going to just do. We're gonna put everything back to flat. Matter of fact. All right, so that's where we at right now. We're gonna put the bright on. So that's super clean. Let's see what the just the deep sounds like. So even with the deep, just the deep on, you're still getting a lot of detail. So now we're going to put them both on. So great sound. Like of course when you run, it's so clean. And to be honest with you, I can't argue with the price, especially because you guys know I also have an Ampeg SGT, and over time, mm, I say the value for that has held itself. I will absolutely. When I did the review, I was critical of the price point, but it's definitely proven its value over time. So this is a totally different sound than, of course, the Ampeg amp is. Of course, I mean Ampeg SGT-DI is. So this is more of my like finger style. I mean, they're both very versatile. I can use them both for anything. So it really just depends. This has a very transparent sound where it's not it colors your sound, but it doesn't like it's weird because it doesn't all the way change your sound. So as you can hear right there, it's just that was my bass, um, you know, dry right there. And the previous, before I clicked it, it was with the preamp. So it's pretty much it is my bass. It's the exact way my bass sounds. It's just enhanced. It's not even enhanced in a way where I feel like it's changing. It's just the best way to describe it is transparent for me. I really don't have another word for it. It's or clear, transparent, so clear. Even with the both the bright and the deep on, so it's like pretty much scooped out. And I even have the bass and the treble slightly boosted on that as well. Oh, that's so beautiful and tight. Even being that far down the neck, oh, that's beautiful. But that's what you're looking for with this type of preamp. That's one thing Aguilar is famous for is their um, transparent, sound and very clean sound to it. So I'm not even surprised. You know, when I can say so far, I have had a chance to play a show with this, and people love it. I will say they love it just as much as they love the SGT. It sounds amazing. Like I've had a couple engineers actually, or a couple people on the engineering, sound engineer staff actually came up and asked me, "What preamp is that?" I guess they trying to buy one for the theater, um, because and like I told them, that would be a great option. It's transparent, so it's gonna sound exactly like the person's bass. Um, I know the SGT does do quite a bit. Ampeg stuff colors your stuff a bit, and I like the way it colors it, so that's why I use a lot of Ampeg stuff. But for my transparent, like for my tapping stuff, or like my chordal stuff, that's so nice. And that's my bass dry. Oh, it's so beautiful. Sounds just like my bass. And disclaimer, I have never really been a huge fan of Aguilar's previous amps and preamps, but this right here is amazing. It makes me want to get a AG amp, one of the AG series amps. It makes me want to get that AG 700 amp. I ain't gonna lie to you. But with this, I actually have pretty much that. So with that, I'm gonna do one more thing. This is a little trick too, guys. These low mids. If you just pull out the low mids, boost the high mids a little bit, you get a nice deep sound. It's just so clean, and I love it. And then you got a ton of headroom, even when you're slapping. Ew. Throw that, brighten that deep on too. I've never had a preamp that I could do that with and hear each note as clear as that. I got the deep on, and I got the bass boosted quite a bit, and high mids and treble boosted as well, and I can still hear. That is so clean. That is so. Oh, I love that. You really can't beat you can't beat that in terms of the clarity. It's so clean. Just so for a quick comparison, um, turn on the SGT Ampeg pedal. I'm gonna turn on those filters as well, the bass boost and the treble. Without them, Aguilar. Agu- So obviously, the Ampeg pedal sounds like an Ampeg in a box, and this sounds like an Aguilar in a box. So two completely different sounds, both very, very much useful. Um, I'm having a ball having the options between the two because they both have a ton of flexibility in the sound. So even with the Aguilar, if I don't want it as bright, I have that as an option as well. So now, pretty much, you guys get the gist of that. That's, I mean, pretty much the sounds you'll get out of it. Also, I'll have it like this sometimes, and then I will hit the boost and the bright and the deep. So now what we're gonna do, I'm actually gonna use this as pretty much I'm gonna turn my Harkey bass amp head into an Aguilar head by running this directly into the return. And what that does, you have the send and return. So the send sends it out from the preamp that's in the bass head. The return allows you to skip the preamp, come straight into the power amp. So basically, essentially, I'm using the preamp from the Aguilar as the preamp for the Harkey power amp, pretty much. So then we're gonna see what that sounds like coming through a Fender Bassman Neo. I don't know what this one is. It's the bigger, the Pro Series Fender 15. But I love the way it sounds, though. It does sound amazing. It's only 42 pounds, so you really can't complain. So again, with this amazing clarity, like it's just ridiculous. Even coming through the speakers. Um, Add a little bit more highs to that. I'm gonna bring these lows down a little bit. Pull these back flat. So I love this thing. It sounds amazing to me. So even when you have it pretty scooped out, you're still getting a ton of information, a ton of clarity, a ton of detail in your playing, which I love about this thing. Even coming through the speaker, it's just getting so much clarity. This thing sounds so good. I mean, I'm sorry I keep saying that, but I really love the way this thing sounds. I wasn't expecting it to sound this good because sometimes I guess videos don't do everything justice. Maybe it could be the mix or they just going straight out of the pedal. But when you put this joint through a cabinet and through a power amp and then into a cabinet, it's a AG series amp. It really is, and I love that. I love that I can get that sound for $300. Like you can't really compared to that 900 they want you to drop for the whole amp. I kind of already got a power amp. Can I just get that preamp? And they was like, yeah, we got you. And this is only thing that would make this pedal better would be if it came with a power supply. How do y'all do all this detail in this pedal and forget to include a power supply? You gotta run around looking for an 18-volt power supply for this joint. Luckily, I had one lying around. I also, when it goes on my pedal board, I have a few. I have like four 18 out, 18-volt outlets or outputs on there. So it's not a big deal for me, but it was irritating to have to look for a way to power it right off the box. That's irritating, especially when you're not expecting that. You get it, you're expecting a power supply. Um, and if they decide to do a deluxe version of this, hopefully they can include some of their IRs for their cabinets in there and a compressor and maybe they'll do a AG preamp plus or something and add those things like a IRs and a compressor or a limiter, either one. Other than that, I can honestly say it's a great pedal. It's very well thought out. It's a tank. It's small. It's almost half the size of the Ampeg SGT-DI pedal, but it doesn't have all the features that pedal has either. So it doesn't have an overdrive circuit or the IRs or the compressor, things like that. But just for what it is, it's amazing. Like I can honestly say, you should definitely check it out. It's I just wanted you guys to hear that clarity one more time. It's just ridiculous. Good job, Aguilar. Um, this and the Ampeg SGT are my go-to preamps right now. Like, I do have an Eden WTDI, which allows me to still get that Eden sound, from back in the day when I want it. But that's not like my go-to sound. My go-to sound up till I got this preamp was just straight up Ampeg. Now it's Ampeg and Aguilar. So um, I really like I've been kind of digging Aguilar's sound lately. I've been digging into some of their different stuff. Even some of their amp simulations that are out there or IRs that are out there. I've been digging the Aguilar sound. So good job with this joint. It's built like a tank too. Like I said, only gripe would be is it didn't come with a power supply. I'm not even tripping about the IRs and stuff because I believe they could do an upgrade or upgraded one, an AG Preamp Plus, and then I had that type of stuff. You know, I like that they kept it at this price point. 300 is okay for a preamp. It's not the worst. It's not the best, but you also getting an all analog circuitry, and it sounds amazing, especially live. It feels out this like it feels so firm and like tight. I understand what they say when they say Aguilar has like a really tight bass to it. Um, Bass is still huge, but it was like tight and it was just it sit differently in the mix than Ampeg stuff does. So, in a setting like a theater setting, like I was working in, it worked out better than the Ampeg sound, just because Ampeg for me, you know, it can have more of that rock overtone to it. You know, a lot of rock guys use it. I use it for everything personally, everything from fusion to gospel to classical to I use Ampeg sound for everything. But now I'm gonna have to reevaluate things having this on board. Like I wasn't expecting all of this. Um, all this tone here. Like it's just it's nice. So and it's really small. Like you could almost fit it in your pocket. You can definitely find room on your in your gig bag for it, and whatever amp they have, just make sure whatever backline they got at the gig, just tell them like, yo, I need something with an effect send on it. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you know, I mean that way you can kind of have that Aguilar AG 700 sound without carrying around an actual amp head. Which I know even traveling out the country or traveling, it's you would rather risk a $300 pedal that's meant to be stepped on and meant to be abused versus a head that's meant to be fairly abused but nowhere near as much as a pedal is designed to be. It's stepped on. It's designed to be stepped on. So it's built like a tank. It's all metal construction too. Beautiful black paint job with the right white writing, and it looks great. So very simple but elegant. So um, I definitely say this is definitely going to be a staple for me coming up. You know, this is going to be on a lot of different recordings and records, as well as with the Ampeg SGT. You know, as well as I'm gonna start just experimenting with a few different preamps. Let me know if you guys are more interested in like multi effects pedals, preamps, individual modulation pedals, or synth bass synth pedals. You know, let me know which pedals you guys are interested in. I was thinking about doing a Source Audio C4 synth pedal. If I get enough people interested in the comments or that let me know they want to see that, then I can definitely do that. But or let me know which preamps you want me to you want me to do next. Or if you want me to, well, I'll be doing a preamp shootout soon again. Um Putting this up against I'm gonna put this AG against the Zoom B6's Aguilar emulation on there. Um and I'm also gonna compare it to do a direct comparison like video with it with the Ampeg SGT-DI and the Eden WT-DI. That way you can get a direct comparison between three preamp pedals. Of course, they don't sell the Eden one anymore, but it's been a staple, and it has been a tank, and it's actually the first pedal I ever bought, and it still works, still kicking. So, yeah, I'm gonna holler at you guys. Let me know what you guys, if I didn't cover anything about this pedal that you wanted me to cover. Let me know in the comments, and I can answer any questions you have down there. Other than that, this has been another All Bass Creations Effects Tutorials, Demos, and Review, and I'm the Bass Negus. Make sure you go follow me on all social media. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Let your friends, your bass player friends know about my channel and everything, and because I'm be doing a ton of more videos. I'm trying to get it back rolling. So I need you guys' support so I can get everything going where it'll be a little bit more feasible for me to do that if I get a little bit more participation. So other than that, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.